You have entered the Chronics rabbit hole, an army Chronicans. Welcome to or welcome back to the channel. My name is Kyle, aka Chronic.
And I'm Alana, aka Thumbnail Lady.
And we're so excited to get back to Agust's trilogy that y'all were so excited for us to dive into. We have done Dachita and we have done, what was the other one?
Hagum.
Hagum. It was Hagum. So now we are on Amygdala, and y'all let us know that is something in the brain here. So I'm sure they're going to allude to that in there. And this is actually the prequel as well to what happens in Dachita and Hagum. So very excited. Thank you so much for all the context, and I hope y'all are ready for our reaction.
I'm really excited for Amygdala because I love SUGA. I love Augusti, the persona that he has in this. So I can't wait to see what he has for us in Amygdala.
Y'all let us know that this was a prequel, and Dachita, I felt like, was addressing a lot of his shadow self, kind of the more anger side. And I think with Hagum, what was being addressed there, that y'all let us know, he used the chopsticks at the beginning there.
Yes, he did.
What feeds you can kill you at the end of it. So it's not going all in on the things that are just there for views or just there for getting money and stuff like that. That's the stuff that can end up like eroding you as a person itself.
It erodes the creativity that you're creating. So like, even I like what you just said there, what feeds you can kill you, because the first thing he did with those red chopsticks was take a life.
Yeah, and he comes right back to it at the end,
and then starts
right?
eating.
So I think that was really awesome that you guys alluded to us what the real story is here too, because after doing these, we're going to also try to find some explanation videos that can help us make sure we got this trilogy for sure. But with that said, let's get into Amygdala.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay, here we go. Different tone already.
I don't know your name. I don't know your name. I don't know your name. 요즘 기분은 어때? I don't know your name. Your name, your name. 기억들로 여행. 지우고픈 일들. 요즘 기분은 어때?
Is this the video?
I think this is the video.
Oh! 1993.
엄마 심장에 별의별 일이 많았지.
Wow. Oh, he walked out of himself.
기억조차 안 나는 기억도 다 꺼내보자고 하나씩 다 꺼내보자고 하나씩. 최선들의 선택. 최선들의 선택. 최선들의 선택.
He gave a scar. It's fresh here. Oh my God.
Wow.
He is so magical. We were always so mesmerized by that scar and
to know what it meant.
To know exactly what it meant. And this is a full reflection. It's the scar you sometimes can give yourself of being a highly critical person. And that's something that SUGA really has struggled with. We just watched his kind of documentary there about all the struggles that he has and the insecurity. So to know that he self-inflicted this scar based on what has happened to him in his past, it brought up that crash that he never was able to really talk about. So it's all these hidden things inside of him that he wants to be
the memories that he wants to address but can't address, wants to forget, or wants to remember but can't remember or can't forget. So then you inflict something physical, and in many ways we've inflicted these scars on ourselves. They just can't be seen. So it's cool that in this music video he's got a scar that can be seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Very powerful.
Very powerful.
Happy to see this one, knowing all the things that he's gone through, and we finally get to see the video that has that crash in it.
Yeah.
Feels rewarding.
내 통제밖에 My Amygdala, my Amygdala, 어서 나를 구해줘, 어서 나를 구해줘. My Amygdala, my Amygdala, 어서 나를 꺼내줘, 어서 나를 꺼내줘. My Amygdala, my Amygdala, my Amygdala, my Amygdala. 이곳에서 구해줘, 어서 빨리 꺼내줘. 그래 참 별의별 일이 많았지. 길가에 넘친 택시의 소리
Wow.
전하지 못했던 내 사고 소식과 스케줄 중에 걸려 언제나 아버지의 간암 소식 최선의 선택들이 맞아서
Holy shit.
그 또한 모두 지나가 버렸길 그래서 이 수많은 고통은 날 위한 것일까 끊임없는 시련은 날 죽이지 못하고 다시금 나는 연꽃을 피워내 최선들의 선택 최선들의 선택 최선들의 선택 최선들의 선택
Let's put them back in.
My Amygdala, my Amygdala, 어서 나를 구해줘, 어서 나를 구해줘. My Amygdala, my Amygdala, 어서 나를 꺼내줘, 어서 나를 꺼내줘. My Amygdala, my Amygdala, my Amygdala.
Wow, and he's trying to let himself out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he is so powerful with his messages here. What are you feeling right now, honey?
I relate a lot to it.
Yeah, don't we both? And how do you relate to this one? Because we've related to almost everything with SUGA here, Agust D. And what about this one specifically?
This one specifically I relate to a lot with like having the scarring yourself.
Yep, yep.
I relate to this one a lot with like the scarring yourself because you have memories. So you have to do something physical to try and get yourself out of that trance, to try and like your amygdala, I believe, and I could be wrong, is the part of the brain that actually deals with memories.
And that's what I wanted to bring up because I brought up the hippocampus last time as something that really helps with remembering things. But the amygdala is a small almond-shaped brain structure. It's a key player in processing emotions, particularly fear and anxiety, and plays a crucial role in forming emotional memories and triggering the fight or flight response.
And my amygdala's fucked up.
Your amygdala has been very much scarred and damaged from things that are outside of your control. And that's kind of what SUGA was addressing here, hearing his mom's beat as she was going through that struggle when he was inside of her, with his dad having that liver thing going on where he had to work because he couldn't eat or work. So then he had to try to get a side job while he was doing the the BTS stuff. And then he crashed there and couldn't even bring up his shoulder injury because he didn't want to lose, because of the fear and the anxiety. And that's what happens so many times. The amount of times you come to me is like, I don't know if I can bring this up because of the fear and anxiety that goes through your body.
Yeah.
And
that's why I think the chorus of this My Amygdala was so powerful as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like, because of my amygdala, I couldn't even bring up the crash because of the fear.
Mm-hmm.
Because of my amygdala, I couldn't bring up the things that I was going through, so I was suffering in silence. And the only thing I could do was to scar myself, even my emotions, because the room that SUGA was in.
Yeah.
That dark black room, that was his amygdala in personification.
You got that right, yes.
Right? And so when he was waking up from himself, he saw himself in the green tracksuit, he saw himself in the gray tracksuit, he also had himself when he was on the bike, and these were all different memories, different sides, different variations. It's like how we have our or I guess not everyone has this, but I have this, maybe I'm crazy, but how we have our plethora of people within our own head that are all our own voice,
Right.
but they can voice and express different things based on the different one voice in your mind. That's what I was thinking of by the different tracksuits, where those different voices of his fear, of his anxiety, of his amygdala that were in that room.
Right.
But then he has himself on the bike being like, did I make the right choice? That was the lyric that played when he dropped the bike.
Yeah, first choice, second choice, third choice.
Yeah, was it my right choice?
Yeah.
And we had replayed that crash multiple times until he made the choice to drop the bike and go back to help his amygdala.
Yeah, you're right.
Instead of
You're right.
going and driving again to redo that delivery job and
Right.
have to have that deja vu of over and over again. So
Wow.
his right choice in the music video, at least from what I caught, was to drop the bike and head back to save himself.
Save yourself and forgive yourself.
Save
right?
yourself and forgive yourself,
Yeah.
versus to continue making that same toxic choice or drastic choice that could cause you to become more injured in the process.
You got that right.
But unfortunately, he had made so many choices, in this is my interpretation of where he kept driving the bike into the crash again and again and again, be it if that was just his memory replaying or if that was like a deja vu, was able to redo that choice again and again and again, to the point where the amygdala was finally broken and was drowning.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it couldn't save the amygdala, couldn't open the door to be able to save that fight or flight movement, to be able to save himself from the fear.
Because he looked like he was in freeze at that point.
It was freeze.
It became so bad he couldn't even fight or flight with the fear and anxiety that came in. And after checking out that documentary, it really leads into why he's been so focused and so self-critical on himself, just from his own personality and just who he is as a human. So to get to this trilogy now, if it really makes sense why he needed to take on Agust D and embrace that other side of him to bring it out. We're all so thankful for that he was able to do that, because he then was able to go back to just SUGA and was able to still be himself with his same amygdala.
Right, with the saved, and being able to be like, no, I can actually open the door now.
Yeah.
Now I can open the door. Now I can address the shadow self in a constructive way. I can come and, see the part of me that is scarred and be able to say, no, like, you're still beautiful even with the scar that you've created on yourself.
And really quick, something we went through this morning, I was expressing basically some of my scars on the outside, but I was being too upfront and taking heads about it, where a lot of the times Alana's telling me you need to learn to say it in a different way. I can see your scars, but you need to deliver it maybe not in Dachita way, maybe not in Hagum way, but more of a amygdala way. Let's bring I was loving the musical change on this. Like the tone itself was just so much more walls breaking, and you just knew it was going to be a very introverted type of a talk even before getting into that isolated room. So though you always feel like this resonates a lot for you, I always feel like I have lessons that I learned through SUGA and what he has gone through. So that's always the most encouraging thing for me, is we always feel like better people after listening to his music.
I'm really curious with SUGA, like speaking about like the how he was addressing different things and like lessons and stuff like that. I'm really curious about there was the scenes where he was popping pills.
Right, for painkillers and all that.
Painkillers or different things, and it was like 1 pill, then it was 4 pills, then it was
I assume
15
for the
pills, and then it was different pills and
Right.
all different types of things. And I'm assuming it's for painkillers. Like it could also be for mental, for painkillers, for whatever it is.
Whatever you went through.
And that's something that even today our conversation was around that as well, because I am on medication, and I'm luckily now only on a couple medications instead of a cocktail of medications like I used to be on. So like that's something else that I've, even with the pain I'm taking.
Yeah, and you just have straight pain right now too.
I have chronic pain from an injury that I sustained that the doctors don't take seriously. So I really relate to taking so many painkillers that it becomes scary.
And we have found a really nice painkiller for us, is coming in front of this camera and being able to be ourselves in front of you and to express what's going on with our amygdala and all of our other thoughts in our brain. And we thank you for being a part of this, to let us know this was a prequel. Makes a lot of sense. We probably would have thought this at the end, and we would have been trying to put a puzzle piece on the wrong spot. So I thank you all for that. Thank you for the support. Like this video if you had a good time and were moved from it. Subscribe if you really want us to check out those explanation videos for these 3 songs on the trilogy. I think it'd be worth dissecting it, learning from a Korean itself. And subscribe if you are new and want to become a Chronic. And you also can go the extra mile and join our Patreon. We have very cheap tiers there where you can support us and the family, get some votes for the next videos that we're doing, as well as some early release. And if anything gets deleted, you'll see it on there too. But thank you so much for the time today. We are now acing the Ravel, folks.
Thank you so much for being here with us. I really appreciate that you let us know this was a prequel. I think that with watching this one, I think we would have been able to realize it was a prequel, but it was cool knowing that we watched this in a Star Wars style sequence, doing the 3rd video first, then the 2nd, then the first.
Well, we did 2nd, 3rd, then 1st.
Okay. Well, yeah. So 3rd, 1st, and 2nd, or
however. 2nd, 3rd, and 1st.
2nd, 3rd, and 1st. So wow, we went all over the place, but this was a ton of fun. I'm really excited that we got to see this one. It really adds so much more context to the other 2 videos that we saw, and really makes us want to go back and rewatch them in order to be able to see the whole story that SUGA, or Agust, has put out for us. So thank you so much, everyone. Peace and love.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.